welcome to Eye on Paulsboro. Yes, it's a new show. We're standing in the shadow of the lighthouse near the port of Paulsboro. Of course, the attention today. What is today's date, Irma?
Today's March 24th is Palm Sunday.
I should have known that. I mean the date, that is. I know it's Palm Sunday. But we're in the shadow of the, I said it's the lighthouse, but also near the Paulsboro port, which has a special guest visiting for a few days. The battleship New Jersey has made its way downriver to park here before it moves upriver. Of course, all of you have seen all the wonderful footage. A little bit of a backstory you don't realize. It was originally scheduled to come here before the BP tanks were taken down, because the dock in Camden wasn't quite ready yet, but then other arrangements were made. But it almost came here once before. But Irma, so we're back.
We're back. I am so happy. John, I ran out of yellow tablets, so now I have a little one now. But we're back. People have been asking from all around Gloucester County, and I'm glad we're back because we have a lot of good things to say about Paulsboro.
Well, by the way, it's Palm Sunday, so this is real coffee. Of course, it's always been real coffee. But as Irma stands next to me, we all join in wishing our condolences to her and her family. Beloved Walter passed away a handful of days ago in advance of this show. And you talk about a wonderful relationship between the two. So, Irma, I don't know what to say other than how many years were you married?
We were married 67 years, but we were together for 73. I was 11, Walter was 15. We were childhood sweethearts. And I'd just like to take this personally. Thank you to the love of all my family in Paulsboro, my friends, and my faith. And Walter's up there with Bucky, and we know what they're having a couple of angel drinks, John.
You were 11 years old?
Yes, we were childhood sweethearts.
That's a wonderful run, by the way. Today's program, Amy and Fred have been gathering footage, so this show will be just a couple segments, but most importantly, we'll be back with Community Notes with Irma. But Amy's going to work in some footage of the battleship because she had privilege to be at the dock as it arrived in Paulsboro, and a wonderful tribute to Dr. Walter Quint, retired superintendent of schools, dedication of the STEAM room. STEAM stands for?
Science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
It sounds like a full public education agenda, but wonderful. Frankly, it should have happened some time ago. We should name a building after him. But nonetheless, stay with us. We're coming right back as Eye on Paulsboro returns.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
We were honored to be able to have the New Jersey come home and very thankful for the people who got her here. It's just an honor to have it here in Paulsboro. You know, there's only 4 Iowa-class battleships that are used in museums right now.
The battleship New Jersey was originally supposed to stop here because the Camden wharf was not ready. But then suppose the BP said yes, it could come here, and then they found a spot for it in the interim. But it was anticipated it would have been here sooner, but it finally got here.
I think it's terrific. I think it's good for the borough. It's good for the whole region, actually. It's the Navy's most decorated warship, and to have that here, it's exciting. It's a historic event as far as I'm concerned.
To bring her back home and right now to be across from where she was built is definitely an honor. And then to have it here in Paulsboro, I mean, who would have thought our hometown would be host to such a mighty battleship?
Well, you know, the Paulsboro port in its development was the first deepwater port built on the Delaware River in 45 years. The wharf is long, and as you see footage of the battleship, you notice there's a second ship that's still working there because steel's being unloaded, and there's room for one more ship. So it could handle a berth of 3 ships. So it truly is a world-class port facility, and it's just it's fun to have something as prominent as the New Jersey visit, because New Jersey people served on it. It has carried the state's name for all those years. It was built in Philadelphia, launched in 1942. And it returns home and it stays here. And I'll tell you, the foundation that runs this museum, because people don't realize the Navy does not put money in this ship. It's all volunteers. The foundation raises money. Taxpayers in New Jersey put $5 million towards this restoration because of the state treasure that it is, and it can still be called back to service as needed. And if you get to walk on it and tour it, you'll see that if it's called on, it's ready to go.
I think having a battleship here gives us a lot more visibility in knowing that we have such a port. We didn't have this port 10 years ago. So to know that we bring a large amount of cargo ships in, that our draft is capable of holding heavier ships in this area is a great advertisement given to us by the battleship being here.
You usually have, the several tugs when they're bringing it in, and you'll have a docking pilot aboard the ship. And the docking pilot will be in communications with the tugs. They'll do their maneuvers, and they'll have the line handlers ashore and aboard ship. And it's a pretty seamless operation to get it moored. They want to get everything lined up. They got the tide to consider. And it's no different, I guess, bringing that in as it is with container ships and tankers. Well, my Navy career was back in the mid to late 60s. I was an Airedale sailor. I spent time on 2 different aircraft carriers, USS America and the USS Franklin D. Roosevelt. But I did my deployments on the America. The America was a Kitty Hawk class carrier, and the Franklin D. Roosevelt was a Midway class.
And I had the opportunity to see her take off from the Camden Pier. And it was remarkable watching those tugs in action, pull her like straight away from the pier and then turn her all the way around, face south and head this way. So it was a pretty fascinating maneuver to see her do all of that. We haven't seen her in action, for decades now. So to see that happen for her was pretty impressive. It had to be high tide, so it was exactly 12:10 when she got underway. Yeah, she made good time. We were very impressed with how easily she was able to pull away from pier and turn around. She was moving pretty fast. We were all surprised at the pier because they said that she would be going under the Walt Whitman Bridge about 1:30. I'm sure she made it under there before 1:30. From Paulsboro High School here, I had the opportunity to go to the Naval Academy, and little did I know that I would be spending 30 years in our U.S. Navy. And my last tour on active duty actually happened to be back at the Naval Academy, so it was a full-service career. But my children, who I did not think would follow my footsteps, have had a great experience. And in that last tour in Annapolis, they got to see firsthand what was going on, and they said, you know what, I think I can do this. So they both applied, and thankfully they were both accepted. So my daughter graduated last year, and then my son is a junior, also known as a second class, at the Naval Academy right now.
Well, a lot of people ask, why is it here? Because it passed the Navy Yard and it passed the dry dock that it's going to go to as it made its way here. And the reason was it had to be reballasted, which meant it had to be leveled. So they had to take river water, pump it into the ship, make the ship level, so when it goes into the dry dock area, it can then be situated properly. Couldn't do that in Camden because the draft where the dock is would not be deep enough, at least that's what I was told, and they couldn't do it while it was sitting in mid-river because of the time it takes. So it's here taking on essentially river water and whatever other prep work has to be done, and then it'll be floated back to the place where it was built. And they're telling us in 8 weeks it'll be back in Camden for everybody to come visit again. So an old friend has come to visit.
Very much a proud Paulsborian to have her and to host her here.
Paul Marina, best wrestling coach, Mayor John Giovannitti, go Red Bird.
Awesome experience for us here at the lighthouse to have a historic lighthouse open to host people to view a historic warship. So it's a win-win for everybody. Normally be open April through October on the 3rd Sunday of the month. And this is just a month early, and it's a great opportunity, and it looks like we're going to have a great crowd today.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today. Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like True Test paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
Welcome back. Friends gathered at Loudenslager School to dedicate one of the classrooms to Walter Quint. Of course, Walter was there. This is done by the Pegasus Education Foundation, which is a wonderful group of dedicated people. To date, have raised just under $200,000 for these kinds of special programs to aid kids in our school system. Irma, it was a beautiful afternoon.
It was a great
early evening.
To be in Loudenslager School, and our kids are going to the top of education with this.
It's a great equalizer. Enjoy this footage.
It's my distinct pleasure to welcome everyone tonight to the dedication ceremony of the Walter C. Quint Steam Center on behalf of the staff, students, and administration of the Paulsboro Public School District. The STEAM Center at Loudenslager Elementary School delivers hands-on exploratory educational opportunities that promote students to be innovative, collaborative, and aims to expose students to the 5 core elements of STEAM: science, technology, engineering, art, and math. Students at Loudenslager Elementary School receive at least 90 minutes of STEAM instruction every week, targeting areas of science including robotics, agriculture, climate change, forensic science, aviation, engineering, architecture, and many more. The STEAM Center has become the jewel of our small school community, and most importantly, is a class our students look forward to attending each week. To the Paulsboro Education Foundation and the donors who supported this project, thank you for believing that our students here in Paulsboro deserve the same opportunities as the students in the more affluent districts in our area. Thank you for not only demonstrating your Paulsboro pride through your words, but through your generous donations and fundraising, which in collaboration with funds from the district, allowed us to create 2 comprehensive classroom spaces here at Loudenslager that are completely dedicated to STEAM instruction. The support and resources from both PEF and the district allowed us to create unique learning spaces here at Loudenslager Elementary School. But it is our staff that make the real magic happen within these spaces each day. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize our tremendously talented STEAM staff. Mr. Sean Darby, Ms. Rebecca Richardson, can you please stand? Ms. Richardson's going to kill me, but I'm going to ask her to stand. Both of these staff members have worked tirelessly to develop engaging lessons and to implement industry-informed experiences that expose our students to the many exciting careers related to STEAM. Your work and dedication to our students does not go unnoticed, and I am tremendously excited to watch our STEAM programs grow with the 2 of you leading the charge.
Today, I'm thrilled to share with you, with the support of the Pegasus Education Foundation, that the Paulsboro Public Schools has been able to expand post-secondary options by providing approximately 50 students with scholarships to take college courses while still in high school, enriching their educational experience, closing the accessibility gap, and inspiring them to continue their education beyond 12th grade. We've been able to provide support to over 160 families, approximately 20% of our school-age youngsters, through the Feed the Children campaign, which helps students with food instability receive the nourishment needed to remain healthy, focused, and prepared for learning. And finally, we've been able to continue to increase our footprint in the career and academic worlds through our PK, our pre-K to 12 STEAM initiative, by transforming the design of the technology lab in the Billingsport Early Childhood Center to a flexible classroom space in which learning is facilitated and experimenting flourishes. And last but not least, renovate and modernize the outdated library and computer classroom spaces here in this building into a state-of-the-art technology lab and STEAM center at Loudenslager Elementary School.
To it further resolved that the Board of Education directs and that the appropriate ceremony be held to mark the name of the Dr. Walter C. Quint STEM Center at Loudenslager on March 21st, 2024. Thank you. Dr. Quint.
Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone. Joining the group as well is Commissioner Joanne Gattinelli. Wanted to make sure she was recognized and introduced as well. Joanne is new to us, but a friend very quickly. And Dave Bailey's title is, not only is he the CEO of Ranch Hope in Salem County, which has done magnificent work, God's work, for now 60 years. He joins us in the General Assembly as part of our delegation from the 3rd District, and he is not a stranger to Paulsboro. Heather Simmons, who all of you know, of course, served for many years as a freeholder, then called commissioner, had to close her day out elsewhere and couldn't be with us, but she sends her regards. And we bring from the New Jersey Senate and we bring from the New Jersey General Assembly a resolution to mark this occasion. Now, what sets these apart is this becomes part of the state's official record. So long after we're all gone, somebody pages through looking at ceremonial resolutions, they're going to see this, and they're going to read it. We hope they take time to read it. And it's going to tell a story about a man who cares, who looked at these children in Paulsboro when he arrived here and saw them as his own. As tall as he is, he stood even taller for the kids to walk the hallways of these schools. And by the way, as we gather here for this occasion, this is not only well earned, it is long overdue. And frankly, we should name a whole building. And I'll say to the Board of Education, as all of you begin your search for a superintendent, Walter is available for another short stay. I think if you just only promise to keep him a short time, just long enough to, again, reset, regroup, and get ready for what's going to be the next accomplishment. I'm looking at his lovely wife over there, and she's saying, will you please stop talking? So as part of this building is named, there will be kids that will look and see that name at some point, many years from now, and we hope to ask the question as to who is that? And someone will tell a story about Walter Quint. And it'll be a good story and an important story. Because the point is that there will be generations that follow us that will remember and know that Walter Quint came our way. He impacted people in a positive way. And he always, always stood up for the kids in these schools and made it very clear that they deserved not to be treated as second-class citizens, that they were as gifted and prepared to excel if given the opportunity as any child in this state. But all gathered here and to Walter with great love and warmth. Just a simple 2 words, and that's thank you. And I mean it from my heart when I say, people will know that Walter Quint came our way. Thank you.
I want to introduce now our guest of honor and the president of the Pegasus Education Foundation. I met him in 1991, and to a long story short, I was working with Mr. Giovannitti, who was John's father, who was the school board president, and he had me work with Mr. Wooten about doing some work with employee benefits. And Mr. Wooten left, and Dr. Quint came in, and I went to talk to him, and he goes, "Who are you?" And that's how our relationship started. And I would actually say that was probably the worst day of our relationships, because it's been a great 34 years now, and I can say a lot of things about Walt and his lovely wife Cindy, and I probably get emotional. So I'm not. I'll say one thing, and this is one thing that Walt did and Cindy did that showed how much they value here, and that is they sent their son here. Two professional people, they've made a good living. Mark could have gone anywhere. He came to Paulsboro. Without further ado, the former superintendent of schools, the president of the Pegasus Education Foundation, Dr. Walter Quint.
The entire Quint family is honored by this recognition. We have always cherished being part of this wonderful community and school system. Being Red Raiders and honorary PHS graduates are matters of great pride for Cindy and I. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. But tonight we get to stand to represent the talented people who brought STEAM to life in Paulsboro. These types of events are wonderful opportunities to pause, reflect, give credit to the talented people who made this facility possible, and then, most importantly, to look ahead and consider the work still to be done. The STEAM Center at Billingsport is very similar to the room you're going to visit later. The Board of Ed and Pegasus Education Foundation must continue to partner until STEAM is fully implemented for the little ones. Hopefully, by this time next year, we will meet again to dedicate the STEAM Center at the Early Childhood Center. God willing, in 2026, we will also meet again for the third time to implement the final component of the STEAM Academy at Paulsboro High School. In the meantime, thanks to this historic partnership of the board and the foundation, as well as the leadership of Ms. Linda Muth and Paulsboro High School Principal Paul Marina, nearly 20% of the juniors and seniors are taking college courses and earning college credit while still enrolled at Paulsboro High School. By 2026, each of the 3 schools, every building in Paulsboro, will have celebrated its centennial. And at the same time, they will host one of the most forward-thinking, ambitious, inclusive educational programs in the state. The future is bright for the 1,250 students who are the pride of Paulsboro. But the foundation, its donors, its corporate sponsors, its in-kind donors still have work to do. To paraphrase Robert Frost, this place we're in is lovely and lively and truly neat, but the foundation has promises to keep. And it has miles to go before it sleeps, and I have miles to go before I sleep. Once again, thank you for this deeply humbling honor. Go Big Red.
Not only was it a beautiful afternoon, a wonderful reception held at the Sons of Italy. Almost half the group made it there, and I assume eventually everybody got home. We hope you enjoyed that footage, and well deserved to Walter Quint, who has done a great deal for all of us in many ways.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
We welcome to the show recently sworn-in new mayor of the borough of Paulsboro, John Giovannitti. Of course, he served as president of the council, and Giovannitti family, longtime Paulsboro people, so he's not a stranger to any of you watching. So, John, first of all, welcome. We're in the shadow of the lighthouse today. It's chilly. I got a runny nose, and it should be spring.
Well, hopefully in a couple of weeks, Birch will get springtime, but the battleship in New Jersey is in Paulsboro. That's a good thing. The lighthouse is open, and progress is being made as we speak.
Yeah, it's just a good thing. I mean, the lighthouse draws people on its own, but the battleship's an added attraction. And, we take all this stuff for granted because the lighthouse is always here. So, John, you get sworn into office, and first you tackle community issue. You got new trash procedures. And, frankly, I like the new trash cans. I realize change always, it's hard for people to accept change. But I think the trash cans are working.
I think the trash cans are working real well. We're working out the bugs. It's been only 3 months, but I think people are understanding that our recycling numbers are up, our trash tonnage is down. We're trying to work with residents who may have some issues getting to the recycling center. We're reviewing hours, but I think overall it's a positive for our community.
Well, and the recycling thing, by the way, has gotten so complicated and sophisticated. I was having trouble sorting out what was good to be recycled, what wasn't to be recycled. So it's not easy stuff, and I suspect it'll always be evolving, won't it?
Always be evolving, and those who do recycle and come to our yard, actually we pass out information so they do it. Our employees check it. If it's not good, we tell them why it's no good. They bring it and put it in their trash can. So I think we're actually educating the residents of Paulsboro as they're recycling.
And trash, curbside pickup recycling, I guess, in the future is a possibility as things continue to change.
There's always we're always exploring. Financial situations had made us go to this, but if things change or finances change, and maybe we could in the future go back to where it would be picked up.
And you got. You've got people retiring. So Kathy Van Scory retired. We haven't done the program for so long. We didn't mention these couple things. So, you start a new administration, and you're going to have new people.
Well, Kathy retired. Georgine, Daryl DeBerry, Susan's retiring this year. So we have a lot of change that came to the borough. They were very dedicated workers, and not just workers, but family members. And the new people seem to be really doing well, so.
Yeah, and John, before we close the segment, we're down here at the Loudenslager Athletic Complex. Of course, it hosts the kids' football as well, coming to baseball season. These volunteers do a good job, and the place looks like it's ready to come to life.
Well, they do. The borough workers and the Paulsboro Little League and the Lighthouse volunteers. That's what makes Paulsboro special. Is the amount of volunteers, the amount of people who give back is what makes this community. And I think we're on track, ready for a nice spring season, baseball, softball, and track.
No, John, very good. That's well put, right to the point. New Mayor of Paulsboro, John Giovannitti, joins us. You'll be seeing him from time to time as the program unfolds, as the months pass. And I can tell you, John's always available, easy to talk to. If you got ideas or thoughts, get to him. You'll find him receptive. And by the way, as an elected official, you can't always say yes, but you can always listen. And John Giovannitti is a very good listener. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Thank you, man.
Yeah. Great stuff.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
But by the way, I mentioned we're back, and we are back, but we're back mainly because all of you have been asking about where's the show, particularly where's Irma, and where's Irma, and where's Irma. I am in a lot of places, and I get that all the time. So we're here now with Irma for community notes on what should be a warm spring day, and Irma's a little bit chilly.
It's chilly, but it's a bright, sunny day, and it's a Sunday Palm Sunday. But happy birthdays to everyone I've missed, but these happy birthdays today are Debbie O'Leary, Ethan Ryder, Zach Aaron, Brenda K. Stevenson, Dominic Carter, Liliana John, sister Joanne Bircher-Kelly. John, you better take her for lunch.
I missed her birthday.
John, you might not make it to heaven.
that won't be the reason.
Lisa Marina, Beverly Wadding, Joanne Paulsina Lewis, Rose Cucinato Hoyle, Jim Ford, Ted Bircher-Kelly.
I remember his.
Okay. Archie Romnick, Carl Merrill, Ray Jordana, Matt Coleman, Kim Chilla, Preston Hamilton, and Jim, our wonderful friend Jim Jefferson.
He spends more time in Paulsboro than I do.
Yeah, well, that's good, but he still has to wear more red. Happy anniversaries to former Mayor Gary and Lynn Stevenson, 46 years, Bonnie and John Haddock, 42, and Lisa and Bill Mitchell. Happy birthdays and happy anniversaries. John, I got to get my list going.
Well, no, I was going to say, Irma did pretty well considering we haven't been in front of a camera for a while. So if you have information, get to Irma. Irma phone number?
856-423-3787.
Yeah, and also if there's an event you think we can take footage from you, we can work it in. So cell phone footage can work, and we need suggestions and help. And Amy behind the camera days telling if you take it with your cell phone, remember, do not hold it upright. Hold it, what do we say, horizontal. Landscape, that's it, landscape. I get confused on those things. But nonetheless, so you're going to be able to find us as we move forward between YouTube, which will be the main base for this, TikTok, as soon as the Chinese government leaves, and Instagram. We're going to put these segments on, maybe not the whole half-hour show. But Irma, welcome back.
I'm ready. I'm ready to say all the great things and happy birthdays and anniversaries and all the great goings on in Paulsboro.
You don't feel any pressure of rushing back into dating, do you?
John, I'll be a married widow for quite a while.
We'll see how long that lasts. That's going to do it. For Amy Buchter behind the camera, and Fred, who could not be with us today, and for Bill Crane, our producer, who couldn't be with us. Judy McKenzie's off to the side, Irma.
You know, John, it's just so heartwarming to be back and see you on Broad Street and go Big Red.
That sums it up till next time.